How you doing? So it's Black Friday. Am I allowed to say that word? Because I'm a white guy? Seems like every time I do, I get gang stalked by African American individuals. Every time I make new friends with black people, like my friends over at the restaurant, never for me. Wow, I guess somebody really doesn't want me to be making this video. I've lost my connection like 3 times already. So like I was saying, as soon as I make friends that are African American, black, whatever word you want to use, my friends over at this restaurant, like I said, that they're always friendly to me, always tell me they're going to pray for me. I connect with Isaiah Washington on Twitter. Back and forth, but he sees my tweets and he likes them. I'll send him some advice. He's getting trolled and harassed, and with impeccable timing, the next day, after I make connections with somebody that's not my own skin color, the gang stalkers, the perpetrators of the organized stalking and harassment, just happen to be black. And gang stalkers come in every color, every ethnicity, but just with impeccable timing the next day after, like I said, I'm repeating myself, it's like they go tell a bunch of black people that, hey, you got to go mess with this racist guy, he's racist, when in actuality it's completely the opposite. Completely the opposite. So it goes to show that some of the people running this program are actually the racist ones, and they're using tax money to keep people separated, keep people divided, to race bait people. And that's really disgusting. Really disgusting. Like my neighbor that showed up at my house 2 minutes after I made a video saying, I'm tired of all the death threats, my front door is open, come on down. That guy just showed up at my front door and asked me if I was a white supremacist. I was like, where did that come from? Where did that come from? So he's probably, just being fed all this bullshit. White nationalist, white nationalist. Yeah, I happen to be Caucasian. I happen to love my country. It has nothing to do with racism, ethnicity, anything. And like I told that guy, I said, you know what, man? I've been trying to wave at you, and since I moved in here, I've been here for almost 5 years. If you would have ever taken the time to at least wave back, make eye contact, other than staring at me like you probably did when you were in prison, because the guy told me he used to be in prison, and said if you would have taken the time or effort to meet me, you would have met my Latina wife. And he looked at me, kind of cocked his head like a confused dog. Like, wait, well, you were married to a Mexican? Yeah. You should find things out on your own and not listen to these social engineers. And so that's one of the big things that happens in a targeted individual's life. They use whatever they can to slander you, to just try to make you look bad, get other people to hate you. Slander campaign. And it's really sick. Really sick. You thought this video was going to be about shopping, didn't you? I just turned the camera on pretty much because I was getting some driving street theater. I dropped a package off at FedEx, just some like stuffed animals, some Hot Wheels cars, stuff I sold on eBay. And I've been to FedEx over 100 times to drop off packages, and not once, not one time have they ever asked me, what are the contents in this? But he looks at me like really leery of me. What are the contents in this box? So, what do you mean, what are the contents in the box? The eBay stuff. You're the first person that's ever asked me this, ever. He goes, well, we need to ask every time. I go, oh, that's like I should have known that. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Nobody ever asked me that before. I almost said it's a box full of Trump 2020 bumper stickers, just to see what kind of reaction he would give me. But I answered him like when I used to work at the airport, I was a sky cap. We'd check in bags out on the curb, and we'd have to ask everybody, just like at the post office. The post office still asks you. They won't say what's in the box. Say, is there anything liquid, explosive, fragile, blah blah blah, and you say no if there isn't. Which sometimes there was stuff in people's baggage. We'd ask them that, and they'd be like, "Yeah, actually, I got a transmission in that box right there." Like, yeah, we could tell it's leaking oil, man. You can't put that on an airplane. Oh, okay. So I know the deal. I've shipped out, I don't know, I think I'm over 30,000, close to 40,000 items I've shipped on eBay. So anyway, just getting a little bit of a hassle at FedEx. Actually, I didn't think they were going to accept the package because there was like a tiny little piece of the cardboard peeled away from like where you pull the sticker off, but I literally used an entire roll of tape around that thing, so there's no way in hell that it would ever break open. Super secure. More than I needed to. So the guy just looks at me funny. I said, nope, there's nothing liquid, explosive, harmful, anything like that in this package, just some eBay stuff. And then the girl at the counter next to him goes, just open it up and look at it. Make sure you tape it back up. I'm sure you guys do anyway. But I thought the scenario, there was a UPS truck parked out in front of my house when I left. A lot of times when they do that, I'm on my way to FedEx. That means that FedEx is not going to accept my packages. They're going to gaslight me while I'm in there. Just give me a tough time. And then I've got to take it home and ship it UPS, which takes me a lot longer because I have to go in and manually enter all the information instead of being able to automatically print out the labels. Just chip away at your time, at your patience, because you're on some kind of list. You get notification, you walk in, they start harassing you. And half the time the people have no idea why. They just are told to do what they do, and they're robot zombies, so they just follow orders without thinking. So I see some comments coming up here on the screen, but I'm driving, so I'm not gonna get distracted by that right now and be unsafe. Of course, when I pull into the parking lot at FedEx, get a couple cars that pull in at the exact same time, and then they back in right next to me, and they just sit in their car until I get back to my truck. And then at the exact same time that I get to my truck, they get out, make sure that they make eye contact, having a real loud conversation. It's so weird. And then they try to call the person that they're stalking and harassing crazy when it's completely the opposite. It's like, well, it's like these people blaming President Trump for colluding with Russia. That's exactly what they were doing. It's transference and diversion. So they just go ahead and blame. What's up, buddy? Whoa. Whoa. What are you seeing there? Anyway, they commit crimes, and then they blame the person that they're committing the crime against for what they're doing to take the light away from them, to take the attention off of them. And it works for a little while because people believe what they're told. Whoa, where are you doing, buddy? I don't think you should be riding up here with me. If this airbag went off, probably would not be a good thing. This guy wearing a Champion sweatshirt just like mine. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff they do. All right, hey, can you go back here? I'd appreciate it. There you go. There you go. There you go. Yep, and as I get here, there's a black guy walking out of the post office with precision timing. Which again, they try to make you sound racist. They want to race bait you. As all of you know, I have no issue with any ethnicity as long as they aren't harassing me. White, black, Mexican, Asian, Middle Eastern, whatever ethnicity, if you're not a gang stalker, you're all right in my book. So I'm gonna go drop these off. Willis will keep you company. I will be right back. Sorry that took so long. Lost a few people here. People in the post office were actually being really friendly. We're good. Right as I get to my truck, we've got Mr. Guy in the wheelchair. They've been telling me lately I've been going to be in a car accident, and they've had non-stop people in wheelchairs following me around basically. As Willis been barking at these people sitting here in their car doing absolutely nothing, posted up in front of the post office. Anyway, the people in the post office were really friendly today. And actually one of the ladies in there was talking about we were talking about the news, and she said that she saw the video where the news where it shows multiple clips of all of the journalists repeating the exact same thing, saying this could be very dangerous for our democracy. So I explained to her about the Tavistock Institute, how 6 major corporations own all of our news, and explained what Operation Mockingbird is and what mass gaslighting is, and how the director of the CIA said that their goal will be complete when every American is completely misled to the truth. This isn't stuff I'm making up. This is all stuff that's been released, stuff that these people have been caught saying on video. It's on the Q map. Check it out. Tavistock Institute. Get ABC. Just connected to Disney. They want to mass gaslight everyone. Mass lighting, I call it. Mass lighting. Now, some people that are targeted individuals get a very, very specific program of gaslighting, to the point where it's like the movie Truman Show. Some of you watching this understand that. You live it. Some people that are watching this that aren't part of the cabal nonsense street theater groups, might be tough to understand. The people that are watching this that are trolls, that are paid opposition, that are Op 4. We used to call them in the military when we trained. They were the guys they were the bad guys. They know exactly what I'm talking about. And a lot of them are scared right now. This isn't over. It's getting close, though. All right, well, speaking of Operation Mockingbird, a few trolls on YouTube like to leave comments and say, why don't you get a real job? Why don't you quit begging for money on YouTube? So think about this. There are journalists that literally get paid millions of dollars a year by some of these networks that are actually funded with your tax money. They get paid millions of dollars a year to lie to you. Get dressed up, get in a suit, go to work every day, and read a script that feeds you a false narrative. I'm a journalist that has been documenting real life situations and trying to help other people understand their reality. If they're being put into one of these targeting programs, there's so many different ones, so many different levels. But I'm trying to help people understand. That's what I've always done. That's why I wanted to become a firefighter. I wanted to help people that couldn't help themselves. When I was a journalist, I wanted to talk about the real news. I wanted to talk about what was actually going on. And I saw some things that were actually going on, then I saw what was being reported on the news. Regardless of what broadcasting agency it was, they were lying to people. You know, they throw in a smattering of the truth, but then they twist it, and then everybody's just discombobulated. They don't know which way is up or down. So, but I'm not begging for money. I'm asking for people to support my journalism. I haven't been able to do that a lot because I scrape and fight every single day to make it through this physical and psychological program that I'm in, where my sleep is disrupted all of the time. Everything I do basically in my life, driving, when I'm on the computer, when I'm online, in my store, everything is infiltrated and sabotaged. So I'm constantly fighting through that. And So if anybody does donate any money, which a few people have sent me some money, and I really appreciate that. The billionaire philanthropist hasn't shown up yet with a giant check to say, hey, here you go, keep doing what you're doing. But a few people that have contributed to my PayPal account, I really appreciate that. I'm not there yet to just be able to pay the rent this month, but getting close. And I don't, if you follow my channel a lot, you notice I don't always ask for money. I have a few times when things have gotten really tough. Some people, they do their videos, and every single time they make a video, they say, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. My PayPal information is this if you'd like to donate, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because those people are spending time and effort and using their knowledge and their wisdom to create real journalism, to help pass the truth to other people. And that's awesome. People should be spending their money on that instead of paying for whatever thing you pay for that provides you with a false narrative. So I have absolutely no problem at all. I don't feel guilty asking people for help. When people say stop begging for money, like one person, I don't even know, I was going to say one lady on YouTube said something to that effect. I don't even see how you've kept in business or made a living selling hats online, and now you're begging for money. Well, just because you don't understand how a business operates doesn't mean that it's not possible. There are people that I know that make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year basically doing what I do. Some of them are millionaires. Some of them have a nice big house, big piece of property, big metal shop where they keep all their stuff. They've got surplus of gold and diamonds, cash. They're living really well, which can be done being a picker, unobstructed from targeting, sabotage. It can be done. People make money in all kinds of ways that you would never even imagine. I remember hearing about a story, a couple that lived somewhere on the East Coast. They were entrepreneurs. They just wanted, they were like recyclers basically, and they would find properties that were made, houses that were made of brick, buildings that were made of brick, and they would ask the property owner, hey, can we knock down this building and scrap it? Property owner would be like, yeah, no problem. I need to get that old house off that property so I can build something new. And those people would knock down those houses, and they would collect all of the bricks, and they would stack those bricks one by one on pallets, and they'd take it back to their house, and they would sell those bricks, and they put 2 or 3 kids through college by selling repurposed bricks. So there's all kinds of different ways that people make money, and that's what I do. Some things I'm selling right now I'd prefer not to, like my bed, but I have a couch I can sleep on. I tried to keep a set of golf clubs just in case this gets better. One day I can go golf again. Sold those this morning. One of the only things I kept my golf clubs, and I kept my guitars, hoping that I'd be able to use those again someday. golf clubs are gone. Or, well, the set that I was hoping to keep. I have the crappy set still. Those are for sale too. All right. I'm back. Made home alive. I'm gonna get back to work. I have a few more things I need to put on eBay, on OfferUp, stuff like that. So, but anyway, if anybody wants to share my PayPal information or my eBay store, it's a store just like you would walk into Best Buy or walk into an antique shop or collectible shop in your town. It's just like that, only it's online. eBay store is Hats Around the World, HATSAROUNDTHEWORLD space eBay. Type that into Bing or Google, whatever you use, and you can get to the store. There's a bunch of stuff available. Everything is 40 or 50% off right now. I can't remember what I set the sale to, but everything is close to half off, if not half off, whatever the sale is. Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever other holiday happens to be coming up around the holidays. People are gonna need presents. Dudes like hats, and there's a bunch of other stuff. I think I said in my last video, I was saving some silver and some gold jewelry that I'd found in storage units in case the dollar collapsed. I'd still have something to barter with. All of that's for sale. There's a really nice JFK coin. It's a silver necklace, 925 sterling silver, rope chain, and there's a John F. Kennedy $50 that somebody used like a Dremel tool, or I'm not sure how they did it, but they call it a hobo coin, and they drilled out the inside of the all of the space where it doesn't show his portrait basically, and the part that says Liberty. That's real cool. I was wanting to keep that for more than just for investment, just because I liked it. Like JFK and JFK Jr. But everything is for sale. So my PayPal is at the bottom of my website. It's barredin.us, and you just scroll all the way to the bottom. There's a PayPal link right there. Anything will help. $5, $10, whatever. If you're targeted and you're going through the same thing, I understand that you can't afford to help out. I've sent money to different people, probably when I shouldn't have, but maybe it helped that person get through to keep going. I don't know. All right, I better shut this truck off before I asphyxiate myself in this garage and go get back to work. Willis, you gonna help me pack some stuff up? Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a good day. Thanks for riding along with me. Share this video with your rich uncle. I'd appreciate it. Have a good day.